Okay, now let's perform some matrix operations. Now, if you haven't already seen the video on vector operations, make sure you go back and watch it because honestly, matrix operations are pretty much identical to vector operations. So, first matrix says to multiply the first matrix by 3. It's, again, just like the distributive property. We're going to multiply everything by 3, which gives us -6, 3, 9, and -3. We're going to add it to the second matrix, which is 4, -5, 2, -2. In order to add two matrices, again, they have to be alike, meaning they have to be the same size, and they're going to stay alike. Both of these are 2 by 2s. They're going to stay 2 by 2s. You're simply adding matching components. -6 and 4 gives you -2. 3 with -5 gives you -2. 9 with 2 gives you 11. -3 and -2 gives you -5. Final answer. So on the second one, exact same thing. Multiplying the first vector by -2 gives me a 6 and a 2. Multiplying the second vector by a -3, I'm going to change that to a plus and multiply by -3 gives me a 12 and a -6. Simply adding components now gives me an 18 and a -4. Final answer. Now multiplication is a little bit different. Now, quick reminder, go back and watch what I mean by dotting because I'm going to use the term dotting a lot whenever I'm multiplying these matrices. So when you multiply matrices, first off, let's make sure we can multiply these. They don't have to be the same. The same way with anything we multiply, they don't have to be the same. This is a 2 by 2 matrix, meaning it has 2 rows and 2 columns. This one has 2 rows and 3 columns. To check and see if you can multiply two matrices together, list their dimensions. If the middle numbers are the same, they can be multiplied. Whatever you have on the outside is how big your answer is going to be. So my answer here is going to be a 2-row, 3-column vector. And the way we're going to multiply them together, again, I like to do this. I like to separate my rows and then separate my columns. We're going to dot our rows and columns. If you don't remember what dotting means, we're going to multiply the elements together and add their answers. So I'm going to take my first row, 2 and 1, and I'm going to first dot it with 1 and 3. 2 with the 1, 1 with the 3. I'm going to multiply the numbers together, 2 with the 1, and I'm going to add the 1 and 3, which is 3. So I'm not going to show all this work. So dotting the 2 and 1 with the 1 and the 3 gives me a total of 5. Then I'm going to go to 2 and 1, dot it with the 4 and 2. 2 with the 4, 1 with the 2. I have an 8 and a 2, which gives me a 10. I'm going with 2 and 1, and with the 2 and the 4, the 2 with the 2, the 1 with the 4. Dot them. I get a 4 and a 4, which gives me 8. That finishes my first row. Now, how do I know where to put my answers? Notice that I was dotting by my first row, so notice where I put all my answers for that one, the first row. Now I'm going to move on to the second row. You can mark out the first if you'd like. I'm going to take my 3 and 3, and I'm now going to dot them with each column. The first one, the 3, is going to go with the 1, and this 3 is going to go with this 3. My two numbers, once I dot them, gives me a 3 and a 9. Added together gives me 12. Dot the 3 and 3 now with 4 and 2 gives me a 12 and a 6, which is 18. 3 and 3 with 2 and 4 gives me a 6 and a 12, which is also an 18. There's your final answer. Now, let's see. I'll skip over to number 5, just because, not to be redundant. To square something, again, it's just like FOIL. We're not going to square each piece. To square something means to multiply it times itself. -1, 2, 2, 3 times -1, 2, 2, 3. Again, this is a 2 by 2 times a 2 by 2. The middle numbers tells you if you can multiply them, you can. The outside numbers will tell you the size. Again, I like to split my rows, and I like to split my columns. My final answer here is going to be a 2 by 2. So let's start with our first row and dot it with each column. Let's dot it with the first column first. -1 with a -1 gives you 1. 2 with a 2 gives you a 4. 1 and 4 is 5. -1 and 2 dotted with 2 and 3 gives you a -2 and a 6, which gives you a 4. We're done with our first row. Over here, my first row is complete. We're going to now go to the second row. 2 and 3, dot them with each. 2 and 3 with -1 and 2 gives you a -2 and a 6, which is 4. 2 and 3 with 2 and 3 gives you a 4 and a 9, which gives you 13. There is the square of your matrix.